Okay, so we're recording now. Okay, so welcome to the workshop. We're hoping to do a workshop on a different topic once a month. So every week we have conversation groups on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 3:30. And then once a month, we'll also have a workshop on a different topic. So this is the first one. And the topic is about self-study skills and resources. So this is our agenda for today. We'll start with very brief introductions, probably in small groups. And then we will talk about language learning. What do you know about how we learn a language? What are some ways that adults learn languages in particular? And then I'll go over some tips and strategies for self-study. And I'll end with some information about online resources and applications. Some might be new for you, some might not, so we'll see. And if there's anything you'd like to share as well, that would be great. And then we will wrap up. So let's start first with some introductions. I think we'll do it in small groups just because of the size of our group right now. But if you can please introduce yourself by saying your name and one thing you enjoy studying or learning besides English. So maybe you don't love learning English, but some of you might love learning English. But what's something that you enjoy studying outside of English classes? Is there anything you enjoy learning to do? So I will put that in the chat. So in your small group, you'll introduce your name and one thing you enjoy studying or learning. Okay, I guess one second. Okay, I just put that in the chat, but here it is again. And I'll put you with a group of 3. So you'll just talk to your group of 3 for about 5 minutes. All right, so you can join your small group. Okay. Hi, Maria. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Who is another person in this group? Or
I don't know. We are
Hi,
two.
my name is Natalie.
Oh, yeah.
My,
Hi.
yeah, it's nice meeting you guys. Um, she said you could speak about anything, right?
Yeah, no, it's your name. Is, what enjoy to learning English?
I enjoy studying to learning English because English is our second language, and this is I am a student of JVS English Advanced Program, and it helps to me to learn the English.
And Munira, the question was, what do you enjoy learning besides English?
Beside
Yeah, something you
bes-
liked.
beside I think beside English, beside I like to learn Arabic, and I'm trying to know how to read Arabic language
Okay.
beside English.
Okay, great. Great. Marie, can you spell your last name for me just so I make sure I have the right Marie? Oh,
Oh,
say it again. I'm sorry.
Gesir.
Gesir.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, you guys can continue.
Yeah. Eh, My name is
We have to learn.
Yeah, I've been I like read some book for children like grade 1, grade 2, or kindergarten.
Yeah, it's
I
much
read
easier.
Not smart, but um, you can say that I'm curious. I enjoy learn about people, talk to many people. That's why I'm just curious.
Wow, it's amazing. She speak 4 languages.
Wow. What languages do you speak?
Oh, we just talk about I
Oh,
speak Arabic and French, Spanish,
Mandarin.
Mandarin,
wow,
and
Mandarin.
and
Oh my
little bit
gosh,
English.
that's
Wow.
amazing. You're a
But I
polyglot.
still learn.
Yes.
I
She's
still
a
learn.
polyglot.
Are you a good learner?
Yeah.
Hi, Maria. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. And you?
Good. Good
See
to
you
see you.
again.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Good to
Yeah.
see you. Okay, we're going to come back. So let me leave and bring everyone back. Hi, Mary.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
We just did some introduction, so now everyone is coming back. Okay, welcome back. So what do people enjoy learning besides English?
My colleagues told me, Maria. She told me she likes English. So she likes piano beside English, and Also, my friend name is Mapka. He's Cameroon. He's from Cameroon. He also, I don't understand what he says.
Theo.
Theo. Okay,
Yeah.
his name is Theo. And what does he say? I don't understand.
Oh, okay. Theo, what do you enjoy learning besides English?
Reading history
Okay.
of peoples, and especially in terms of immigration, how people moved around the world over time, from the antiquity to these days.
Okay, great. Yeah, lots of history there.
Mm.
So welcome back. We'll get started with the rest of the workshop. There'll be more opportunities to maybe discuss in small groups, but a lot of it will be a little bit of presentation and conversation together. Okay. So let's talk about language learning. I know many people here speak 2 languages, 3 languages, maybe 4 languages. I think we have some people here that might be polyglots, so people who can speak a lot of languages. But my question is, how did you learn your first language? So maybe you were born learning 2 languages or 3, but how did you learn your first language? And anyone can answer. How did you learn it?
I
Fum,
think
go
it's
ahead.
with my family.
Okay.
I talk to
With
my
your
family
family?
or my family. I think that exactly that it is.
Okay, good. And Fung, what did you want to say?
Oh yeah, the same. Somebody, yeah. The first, I think we learn from family. I think we learn like from we hear, yeah, we hear, and then we talk, yeah, we talk, and then we write. That's over again. We learn, I think, on of the language we learn the same way. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's the first language.
First
Yeah.
language is family, maybe family, father, mother, and
Yeah.
also family member or to taught me how to speak our native language.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we
Yeah.
learn our first languages by listening first. If we have
Yes.
the ability to listen first, we learn the language by listening and by watching. We observe what gestures, what hand motions do people do, what expressions do they make, and how can I associate meaning? If someone is angry, what do they look like? If someone is sad, what do they look like?
And we
So yeah,
the
Nuha.
the families tell the story, and yeah.
Yeah, sure. Families tell stories like oral history or stories about the
Also,
family life. Yeah.
also knows the her face, looking angry face, a happy face. We just understand he's happy or he's angry or he talked to me. Some signing language.
Sure, sure.
Is come on. It is just I look at my hand. Come on, hand
Mhm.
shows.
Yes, a lot of languages have some gestures associated with words, right?
Body language.
Body language, yes.
Body language. Also, the emotions.
Mhm.
The emotion. This is when into the family. The first language when when the people learn.
Mhm. Exactly, yeah. So you could be born in a different country but grow up somewhere else and you're going to learn the language you're surrounded by, right? We're not born knowing how to speak, right? How did you learn other languages? So once you became a little bit older and you learned other languages, how did you learn those?
To me, I think is listening. If you're listening a lot, you can learn.
And go to school. When
Study.
I was little, that for 3 or 4 years, I was going to go to school, kindergarten. Then slowly I learned English, and English is our subject in our country, and then we knows the language.
Yes, yes. So later on, maybe you had the opportunity to learn a different language at school or by self-study.
I have a subject in English,
Okay.
language, Bengali, English, social science, math, and English also our
Oh,
subject.
okay. Yeah, a lot of schools work like that. So like all of you know, you're not born with a language, you are surrounded or immersed in the language. And research suggests that while children are faster at learning a language, so maybe when you were younger, it might have felt easier to learn a language, adults can actually learn more effectively because you've been around longer, you have more experience, with learning and experimenting and practicing. So there's this common misconception that adults have a harder time learning languages. And actually, it's not true. You can learn more effectively as an adult.
I think that there is a special issue with adult learning a new language, because very often they process through translation, and it makes it not easy at all to learn a new language. In the opposite, the children learn directly. They don't translate anything. They learn living in the environment, acquiring the body language, the sounds, and the views, and so on. And they internalize that once. They don't try to translate because they have nothing before that.
Yeah.
To translate into.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But for us, after living maybe 30, 40 years, when you go to learn a new language, the first hindrance you have is that translation. So very often you are tempted to do so very often, and upon time you learn to process without translating anything, but it takes time.
Yeah, thank you, Theo. That's a good point. There's actually a really good video. Maybe I'll find a way to share with all of you about how a child's brain learns a language and how an adult's brain learns a language. It's very interesting, and I think it's a lot of what you just said. Yeah, and it's hard too, right? The temptation to try to translate everything from the language you know to the new language takes a lot of effort. So then it makes it take a long time. Yeah.
Consume time and energy.
Yes, a lot of energy.
Even emotion.
Yes.
Because you become nervous.
Yeah, nervous, frustrated. Yeah. So, okay, the next thing I want to talk about is some tips, and maybe not secrets because all of you have been learning languages, but some tips from polyglots. So people who can speak many different languages, they have documented a lot of different ways to study language on your own, to find ways to motivate yourself to learn languages. So the first secret is maybe not a big surprise, but if you're not having fun, then you need to think about Why are you doing it? So if you're not having fun, find ways to make it fun. Find ways to enjoy the learning process. Maybe you are a statistician and you love statistics, so you want to research statistics of different strategies, or you want to read about statistics or research. Maybe you love to cook and you want to practice the language by looking at recipes. Maybe you love to sing in your own language and you want to practice singing in the new language. Maybe you love literature. Maybe you like to organize, to make charts. So what is it that you can do to make learning fun, to enjoy the process? So that's my question for you. What do you do to make learning fun? Or have you thought about it? Have you thought about how you can make the learning process fun for yourself?
For me, singing is a good thing to enjoy the new language.
Okay, you like to sing, Maria.
It's not so good for me. I love the videos, and I try to learn new vocabulary and pronunciation.
Good. Yeah, it's good. If you enjoy listening to music, it can be a fun activity for you.
And movies is a good
TV
Mhm.
show. TV
TV
show.
shows.
TV show.
Watching YouTube channel.
I heard someone say comedy shows.
Comedy show.
Comedy shows.
Yeah, something funny is definitely going to be more enjoyable. Anyone else? What do you?
Documentary history. I saw a documentary. What is documentary music? Documentary subject, that history of America and history of Native American, like
Okay.
that. I
Yeah.
am watching maybe sometimes I am
Okay.
watching that kind of movie.
Yeah,
Or
that's a good
documentary
idea.
film. I think documentary film. It's called documentary film.
Yep, documentaries. Yeah. Good.
Watching news.
Watching the news.
Yeah.
Who said that? Where?
Me, Justina.
Justina, the news is fun for you? That's good.
Yeah, I like to watching CNN.
CNN,
Yeah,
BBC.
yeah. I like this.
Good. It's current events.
Television show programs are real good too.
Yes. Do you have any to recommend?
Well, I usually watch. You can say those celebrities, those people that talks about their life, that want to show their lifestyles and stuff like that. Almost like
reality?
the Kardashian. Reality TV shows.
Reality TV show.
Okay, the
Reality
Kardashians.
TV shows. Yes, like other people's shows, like from other nationality that want to show how their lifestyles are, of their job they have and stuff like that. So those reality shows are good. Reality TV.
Good.
And think also it's a channel of kids because the word is so simple. I can learn also about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I heard someone in the small group talk about that. Reading children's books or watching children's TV.
Yes, his word is simple, and to understand the simple word, and how to this how all time children TV, kids TV also see.
Yeah. So just think, it sounds like everyone already has an idea of how you make learning fun, but try anytime you sit down to study at home, try to do something that will be enjoyable for you. If doing grammar exercises is fun for you, then do it. But if it's not going to motivate you to make you more interested, then find something else.
I think start to something easy and step by step.
Yeah. Say that again,
Yes.
Nuha.
I start something to learn easy. I
Mhm.
understand that. And after that, step by step, level by
Yes.
level. Yeah.
Yeah. Start incrementally. Yeah. Okay, I think we discussed that. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, besides making the learning enjoyable, is using methods or tactics that work. So there are lots of different types of methods, but the one that I want to bring up now is called space repetition. And this is a way of learning vocabulary. And how it works, there are two different websites that I'll share with you after. One is called Anki Web, and the other is Memrise. And what they do is you make a list of flashcards of vocabulary, of words that you want to learn. And when you practice with these flashcards, the ones that the new ones, the more difficult ones, they show you, they have an algorithm, some sort of algorithm on their website, and they show you the new ones more frequently so that you see them again and again and again. And the older ones, the ones that are less difficult or easier, they show less frequently in order to have more time for you to practice the new ones. So it's called the space repetition. And they say this method is proven to increase the rate of learning, the speed at which you learn. So there are
Is it
two.
about vocabulary, only vocabulary?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, mostly vocabulary, but it could be about grammar rules or sentence structure. Any way of practicing some sort of exercise, whether it's a definition or a translation or a sentence structure.
I have
Okay.
I have a
I
question.
just
I will. The problem is that you can have, let's say, this method, and then you need to know exactly at which level you have to start and to to study efficiently, because very often, I'm going to make a kind of comparison. That is
Sure.
not a good comparison.
That's
If you
okay.
take, for instance, is someone who can be maybe at intermediate level, and you put him in advanced class, it will be really complicated. And
Sure.
even the opposite also. If you take someone is going to waste time not learning anything good, and is not efficient. So my problem is very often to know how, knowing exactly what I'm looking for, how to assess the where I must start the learning.
Yeah. Do you mean, Theo, do you mean with an online application, like a
Yes, for example.
learning app or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good question. It depends on the website. Some websites have a pre-assessment that you can take, and then they'll recommend, okay, you should start here. Some websites don't. They just divide beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and you have to kind of pick, which is frustrating and take some time. But some websites like Duolingo, if you've used Duolingo, has anyone used Duolingo before to learn English?
No.
Yep.
Me.
Yes, I use.
So if you use Duolingo, this I'll send you that website too. That has a pre-assessment. So for example, I use Duolingo to learn Spanish, and before they recommended which level I should start with, they made me do a quick assessment to see how much I already know about Spanish.
teacher
But
do what is the website name? Do
yeah, let me type it.
Duolingo.
Duolin LY
Duolingo.
I think it's good for to learn vocabulary.
Duolingo is good for basic conversation and vocabulary. If you want to learn like higher level discussion or communication, it's not good, but it's good for grammar and vocabulary, I think.
I also mistake grammar. Just
Yeah,
tense.
there are
How I put tense.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there are many mistakes. Yeah,
Grammar.
it's true. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
So Theo, did that answer your question? Basically,
Yes,
it depends. Yeah.
mhm.
But this one, memorize, I think this one has a pre-assessment, but this one I don't think it does. I could be wrong.
Please.
But if we have time at the end, maybe we can look at them to see.
Okay.
Please, can you send me the link, please?
Is in the screen.
Yeah,
Munira.
it's on the screen. Yeah, and I'm gonna send everything at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send
Okay,
everything
thank
at the end.
Duolingo is not my language there.
Yeah, the only hard part about Duolingo is it only has because it teaches the language through your native language.
Mm-hmm.
So some languages are not available. That's true. Yeah.
And teacher, what advice to me if I'm stuck in read?
If
I reading something, I'm stuck into some word exactly to E, I, U, vowel letter.
Duolingo.
If you're stuck on the meaning of a word or the pronunciation.
I'm stuck into reading. I'm stuck into read something.
Yeah,
sentence.
Like you don't know how pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're reading something and you don't know how to read the word, actually this is a problem native speakers have too, because sometimes we look at words and we've never seen that word before. One thing you can do is look it up in the dictionary, and the dictionary usually has a little audio symbol, and you can click on the audio symbol and it will pronounce the word. Or you can learn, some people like to do this, some people not so much, but you can learn the phonetic alphabet. So in English with the alphabet, there are certain sounds, and you can learn.
Any app or something like that I can learn about it?
I can look, but my first recommendation is to download a dictionary app like the Learner's Dictionary.
Dictionary also you need to learn something about how can to pronunciation. Well, how can to
my teacher dictionary.com.
Yeah, there's
Google and Google sound it for you.
Yes, Natalie, that's also a good suggestion. You can ask someone that speaks English and they can sound it out for you if you have family or friends nearby.
Yeah, and
you can show.
I think if it have some app or something like that.
You go to Google Apps. If you go to Google Apps, you type it, it shows you the word, and then it sounds it for you at Google Apps.
Yep, yeah, you can use Google as well. Google Translate, yeah. I'll send more of those at the end. Okay, the next tip, which maybe seems obvious, is to create a system or a schedule or a plan for self-study. So can you listen to something on the way to work? Can you wake up 30 minutes earlier? How much time can you carve out in your schedule to study? And can you make it consistent? So can you do 30 minutes each day or 30 minutes every other day? If you have a consistent schedule, kind of like your consistent schedule to go to your English class, if you can have a consistent schedule at home where you're learning separately on your own, what would that look like? So, So what is your system or plan for self-study? Does anyone have a schedule that you stick to for studying at home?
For me, I do it. I did it before I came to US. I fixed 1 hour for a day to channel YouTube or something like that for to study grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and that's good.
Yeah. How did you motivate yourself to do this every day?
I think I motivate myself with the idea I will go to the US and I need to understand people, I need to talk, so I need to learn.
Yeah, that's a good motivation.
I don't have choice.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyone else?
Yeah, me also. When I was in my country, and I was a banker in a private bank, but in I week 3 days in a week, I just went to the language speaking language English speaking course for 6 months. That I will go to USA, then how to talk to the people and um, how to go to the market and how to shop, how to talk. That's all about. I just try in my country, and when I just stay in this country, I every day at night, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I learning English in a YouTube channel. I just to show the grammatical grammar, how to teach grammar in this channel, YouTube.
Great,
And
thank you, Manira. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's great if you have a YouTube channel or particular channel you can go to.
About me, Lucy, I took a lot of courses in my country, but it exactly after came here it different because is what it mean of accent is different because
yes,
I learn
accent.
English in British English, different to American English, it's different. But it helped me a lot. I listened to TV a lot. Now I understand what the people say, but I didn't understand a lot of word. But I know what to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
Yeah,
is it helped to everyone if you listening a lot.
Yes, that is true. Fung, go ahead. I saw you raise your hand at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Right now in the US, I usually spend about 30 minutes or 1 hour that I watch like alien show, because it's funny when I watch that show. I can learn the new word, and I can learn like the situation when they use the new word, and I can easy to remember. And I like to read the book for children, because it's easy, and I can learn easy from this. Yeah.
Great, thank you. What was the name of the show you said?
Alien show.
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah, Ellen show, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ellen,
The Ellen show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Can you write down Ellen sure how to spell?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll put it in the chat, Yelena.
Okay, thank you.
The Ellen show. And if anyone, after this, at the end, I'll send you my email address. So if you want to send me the name of any websites, YouTube. I know Munira and Hayat, you mentioned some YouTube channels. If you want to send me the names of those YouTube channels, and I can share with everybody else.
Okay.
Okay, the last secret is to be patient. So this is obvious, but if you can find some way to be patient with the process and be patient with yourself, that's going to be key, right? To be patient. Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about before we look at some websites are some shortcuts. So these are shortcuts you might already use, you might already be aware of, but one shortcut is to analyze the similarities or similar components to other languages you know. So for example, with English, English is a Germanic language, but actually we take a lot of words from Latin roots and Latin suffixes. So if you know a language, a Romance language, chances are you're going to be able to know the meaning of a lot of different words. If you know French or Spanish or Italian or even maybe Portuguese, there are some cognates, some words that are similar that can help you. And that's a good strategy. I think if you can guess the meaning based on a language you already know, use that. Don't worry about taking a shortcut. I think it can be really helpful to guess meaning, to guess, oops, what's happening? To guess meaning and to notice patterns. So are there any similarities between another language you know and English? Anyone have examples of this?
Yes, French.
French?
It's my by the way, it's my second language, and I see they have the same word, but pronunciation is different between English and French.
Yes, that's
language. For example, language in French is langage. The same word, but pronunciation is different.
Yes, we do that a lot. English stole a lot of words from French and then totally changed the pronunciation. Yeah.
Teacher, our American accent is so difficult. Sometimes we can't understand anything.
Yes, yeah.
Accent.
Well, the US...
We are not familiar with accent. Accent is so difficult.
I think it's also difficult because it varies regionally. The American English accent is different depending on which part of the country you live in, too. So in Boston, you hear a lot of people don't pronounce R, right?
Yeah.
Hack or Harvard. They don't pronounce the R. Spanish too, if you speak Spanish, there are lots of similarities with Spanish, lots of cognates. Okay, keep it simple. I think Nuha, you said this, but the idea is try to focus on easy elements of the language and master those first before you try to complicate the grammar or the vocabulary. So what's easy for you to learn in English? And how can you focus on that first? So maybe for you, pronunciation is easy. I don't know if that's true, but for some people, pronunciation is not so difficult. I see people shaking their heads.
It's not easy.
Yeah, pronunciation, Maria, can be difficult. So, but if it's easy, you can focus on that. If it's not so easy, start with something that's easier. Maybe there are certain sounds that are easier, or maybe you can focus on reading something, reading short sentences first, and then finding out, okay, how would I pronounce this? Or maybe for you, grammar rules are easy, and you like to learn about grammar, so you can start with that. Or maybe you love to listen and it's easy for you to listen. So first you listen to something and become clear with that before you write about it or read about it. So what's easy for you about English? Anyone want to share what's easy about English for you?
Listen.
Okay, listening. Okay.
Writing, for me, writing.
Wow, okay. Writing.
I just writing, but can explain.
Okay.
My mouth is turn around my tongue.
You get tongue-tied, we say.
Tongue-tied, yes.
Tongue-tied.
Tongue
Any
test is
tongue twister is like for, you know, pronunciation, like she sells seashells by the seashore. And tongue-tied is when you're trying to say something and it's not coming out quite right.
Lucy, excuse me, I have a question. I see that we have all the same problem of pronunciation. Can you recommend for us a methods or anything can we do to develop this this pronunciation?
Yeah, pronunciation is hard because usually with pronunciation you need some feedback from someone, right? To be like, yes, that's good, or try it this way. Sometimes I recommend watching. Have you heard of Rachel's English? Rachel, I'll send that to Rachel English. Yeah, on YouTube.
Yes, it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, she has lots of videos about pronunciation.
Yeah.
I'll send that to you in my email, but Rachel's English. I'll put it
I
in the
sent
chat.
to my email to you, Lucy.
Okay. Yeah, I think
And
if everyone wants to send me your email in the chat, that would be good so I can get this to everybody.
okay. And my
Rachel's
question, Lucy, if I need to speak good, what is helping? I listen a lot or I read a lot?
If you want to improve your pronunciation, I recommend listening more than reading. Because listening, you're going to be able to hear the sounds and the stress and the flow of English. So I recommend listening more so than reading. Reading can help, but only if you already know how to pronounce the words that you're reading. So for Hayat's question, I also recommend recording yourself. So anytime you want to practice the conversation, or maybe you want to read something you wrote out loud, record yourself and ask. If you feel comfortable, you can ask someone to listen, ask for their feedback. Or some applications like Duolingo, you have to do some speaking and they have some mechanism to say, yes, that was good, or that wasn't so good. I don't know how great that is because it's a technology, it's not a person, but I think it could be helpful.
Lucy, for adult person, is necessary to study the phonetic?
No. It's only some people find learning the phonetics interesting because then when you look in the dictionary, you'll see the phonetic spelling and you will be able to know the pronunciation just by reading the phonetic spelling. So it's not necessary, but it can be helpful.
But any word have different sounds. Depend is to close the vocal or consonant. Also is long sound, short sound. We need to learn this.
I think it depends. You don't need to look at it so specifically, but if you're really trying to improve your pronunciation to a high level, it can be useful. So some teachers like to teach pronunciation in isolation, like they look at different sounds one by one.
Yeah.
And some people find that useful, but if you're just trying to have a conversation, maybe you don't need to break it down like that, but it can be helpful.
Teacher,
thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
How I overcome my tongue weakness? Tongue twister is help to me.
Oh, getting tongue-tied?
Tongue tied, yes.
So my question is, are you getting tongue-tied over, like, is the problem that you know what you want to say, but it's hard to say it? Or is the
Yes,
problem
yes,
about pronunciation?
yes. I just know my memory, but I just speak. My tongue is maybe whatever this maybe don't don't try to speak.
Yeah.
But memory is the word is on memory, but don't come out in my tongue.
Yeah, I'd say it's just about practice.
Yes.
Yeah,
practice
really.
makes a man perfect.
Yeah, and if you want to talk out loud to yourself, even though it sounds silly, and you can practice by speaking to yourself in the mirror and practicing that way. But really, I think it's about practice, because the more your tongue gets used to listening to your brain, the faster it will be. Hold on.
It is a good idea. I recommend you, if you can, read aloud, because that let you to know how you can speak more quickly, and your tongue is free. You read aloud, your mind recognize that you can speak a lot.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, Walter. Yeah, if you read aloud, record yourself reading aloud. So let me go to the last few. Okay, keep it relevant. So try to practice language that's relevant to your situation right now. So if there's certain things that you need to learn, start with those before you get into things that maybe you don't need to practice. So what's your situation now? All of you are in the EFA program, so that means many of you are learning the language in order to get a promotion or get a new job. So what language is relevant for your situation now? Okay, we already talked about this, but trying to find 30 minutes per day to practice. So smaller periods and regular intervals will be less overwhelming, and regular practice is more effective. So instead of practicing for 3 hours one day, like on Sunday you practice for 3 hours, try to practice every day for a little bit, like exercise, right? It's more effective if you can exercise a little bit every day. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat.
Reading newspaper is helpful.
Yes.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the last one is to try passive learning. And passive learning is something you can do in the background. So maybe listening to the radio, to the YouTube, to a TV show while you're cooking dinner, while you're doing your errands, just so you have the language in your head while you're doing something else, but you're not focused on it, so that you're kind of immersed in the language. And these are the 3 rules. Number 1, to live the language, speak it, read it, write it, sing in it. Number 2, don't be afraid to make mistakes. We learn by making mistakes, right? So if you make a mistake and someone catches you or you catch yourself, then you can learn. So don't be afraid to don't be afraid to speak. So Munira, even if you're worried about how to say something, just do it and don't be afraid.
I just feel shy. I am talking wrong, and
Yeah,
so
I think it's a common feeling, definitely. But
somebody
don't.
laughing too hard when you talking. It's
Yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes. And the last one, to make it fun. So making the process entertaining will help you stay motivated. So do something that will be fun. Okay, it's 3:31.
okay.
I had some websites I wanted to share, but if you can send your email to me in the chat, and I will send you all of these websites and this PowerPoint in email.
I was trying to look for the chat to send you my email. I couldn't find it.
Sorry, Natalia or Natalie, what did you say? Yeah, I don't see your email.
I already sent mine.
Okay, I see Theo's. Thank you. Great. So yeah, send me your email and I will make sure to send this PowerPoint and the websites I wanted to share and some other websites that the rest of you have. And this is let me send you my email. So if there's anything you want to share with the rest of the group, my email is here, lburris@jvs-boston.org. And I'll put it on the screen too. So this is my email here. And if you wanted to share information with the rest of the group, that would be great. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, thank you. If you sent me your email, you're free to go, and thank you all so much. I had a good time. It was too quick. We needed like half an hour more, I think.
Okay,
Thank you,
you.
Lucy.
Time is
Thank you.
so fast.
It went by too fast. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Lucy.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye.